wanna know, was it serious? I need to clear my best friend. Isn't easy to show with the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know I told you it's the best light I know. It's not a game that I am playing. My love, trying to hold my feeling, I don't know what's right. I'll find the best way, I think that I might. I know you made it in the nick of time. I'm calling on you. I think we're made of something.
Okay, so week 3 update for you guys. I'm 203.5, so that's 1.5 pounds of body weight down. 1 second, let's turn the car on. So 1.5 pounds of weight down. That's actually pretty good. That's about where I want to be. You probably saw from the introduction that I did a bit of a road trip this weekend. I went up to Ashville, North Carolina. That's like the house of all the breweries, up and coming breweries. So you've got like microbreweries. We went to Sierra Nevada, which is like, I don't know, Disneyland for adults. Huge big beer complex. Played bocce ball, which is very similar to bowls. Yeah, it was a cool trip. Which brings me on to our topic. How do you include alcohol into a cut or alcohol into a weight gain program, right? So how do you factor alcohol into your nutrition program? I'll start off by saying that alcohol is never going to contribute towards your end goals, but at the same time, unless you're a professional athlete, an elite athlete, there's no reason for you to there's no reason for you not to drink, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. There's no reason for you, if drinking is part of a social event, there's no reason for you to be antisocial, okay? Your majority of people are not getting paid for their training endeavors, and it really comes down to just making a choice, right? So I personally, I will, on a diet or a particular focused period of my time, I probably would abstain a little bit from drinking, but on the occasion where something comes up and drinking is part of it, and that sounds quite sad, but that can be a part of the social experience, then I'll include it. So let's cut the waffle. The way to do it is this: you look at the calorie of the drink that you're going to consume, and I've got an article, I'll link it up in here, of the drinks that people tend to gravitate towards, and I'll show you what the calories those are. So let's take a pint of beer, for example, or a 16 ounce if you're in the US. Now that is that's about 200 calories, and the way to factor into your diet is to take those calories from your carbohydrate goal. So if you're tracking macros, you need to turn the calories back into the equivalent calories back into grams of carbohydrates. How you do this is you take 200 and divide it by 4, because there is 4 calories in every 1 gram of carbohydrate. So once you've done that, you'll get your calories. So in this example, it's 50 grams of carbohydrates, and you'll subtract it from your daily carbohydrate goal. So if your daily carbohydrate goal is 400, like it is for me, then you now have 350 grams of carbohydrates. If you want to have 2 beers, again, it's bringing the carbohydrates down, and again, it's your judgment on how little carbohydrates you want to mess with. Now, alternatively, you can also take it from fat, but as my programs, especially my culling programs, and that's really what more this is geared towards, are high in carbohydrates. That's obviously the obvious place to really bring totals down. If you start to dip into your fat allowances, well, that fat has lots of essential fatty acids. You're going to start to probably negatively impact your health, because those are the maintenance fats needed for all the bodily functions, including all the cellular stuff and all the hormonal stuff. Okay, so put that aside. So if you don't track carbohydrates, then simply just bring it down from your total calorie goal. So that's even easier. If you've got a calorie goal of 2,400 and you want to have a beer, then you subtract your calorie goal by 200. Now you've got 2,000. So if you're 2,400, now you've got 2,200 calories to use for food, and obviously that will come down as you add it. So same again, gin and tonic, I think it's about 175, or same thing, same theory applies. Divided by 4, remove from your carbohydrate goal. So that's how you factor in carbohydrates. Now, I will say one thing: once you start to be more accountable, once you start to manage and measure what you're doing, you'll start to make smarter choices. So I think in beer 3, I've started to think, well, hang on a second, that's 150 grams of great carbs have just been taken out of my daily. You know, that's probably as much as I want to go, because then I've got 250 left. Now, not to say that Ashville that I didn't go above 3, I certainly did, and it meant that I had to do some recoup on the following day. But you know, if you do the crime, do the time. I think it would definitely reduce your effectiveness in the gym. So there's going to be a lot of negative impacts. I'm not condoning, you know, this to be part of your weekly strategy if you're on a cut. But what I'm saying is life happens, and there's no logical reason why you would just suddenly turn to a monk. Again, not many of us are competing for world titles, not many of us are competing in these sports, not many of us are getting paid to do any of this stuff, or certainly not paid on the visual or the performance goals. So be smart, okay? Because you only get one life, and if you sacrifice these social experiences just to be a fractionally more leaner, or super fractionally much larger. And by the way, haven't really seen anything conclusive to say that, you know, a moderate amount of drink will necessarily slow down your gains. I can certainly tell you from experience that including sort of semi-regular trips to the pub or whatnot, even if you factor in your calories, I think there is a slight dip or a slight lack of effectiveness for a weight loss strategy. But that was it in a nutshell, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick update and I'll tell you how you can factor alcohol into cut and into my programs. And this is the thing that I tell all my clients. So hopefully that's useful. Any questions, hit me in the comments section. Got to keep it quite easy and sharp. We're 3 weeks in. We started at 210. We're now at 203.5. Everything's going in the right direction. Everything is in the right range. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at the end of week 4.